What's up, everybody? Chillbo back once again with a new playthrough. You know, growing up as a kid, one of my favorite movies, still of all time, I still like to catch it if it's ever on. You can catch it anytime you want, actually, now, was Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I loved that movie. Anytime it was on, if I was 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever it was, I'd have to watch this movie. I loved Abbott and Costello, but I loved that they met Frankenstein. And not only Frankenstein, they met Dracula, they met the Wolfman, and at the end, Vincent Price had a little voiceover cameo as the Invisible Man, but it was the Universal monsters. Universal also owned the rights to Abbott and Costello, so they melded the two together. So that was great. I loved it. Anyway, when I heard that this game came out based on the Universal monsters, it even has Abbott and Costello's characters in them. Game is called Horrified. I said, you know what? Sign me up. I didn't even know how to play the game. I just wanted it because the Universal. Yeah, you know, even though that's not Bela Lugosi. You know, Bela Lugosi is Dracula, by the way. He played himself. You can't see Bela Lugosi in anything else but Dracula. Talk about being typecast. Anyway, I'm going to set up Horrified. We're going to play. I just got it less than a week ago. I read the rules, and I've seen some, it's by Ravensburger, and it ain't Ravensburger. You know why? Because Rodney Smith from Watch It Played, I'm sure you all know him, says it's Ravensburger. And if he says it, it's a good bet it's Ravensburger. Watch his channel. He's got great videos. He's got a great how-to play video on Horrified. However, I'm just going to play Horrified. Of course, I'll tell you some of the rules I'm going to be going through as we go through the game and what we have to do to kill the monsters or to have them meet their demise. Now, the only difference, I'm not randomly choosing monsters. I'm actually going to take the monsters that were in the Abbott and Costello movie. That included Frankenstein. Yeah, I know, it's Frankenstein's monster, but we're just going to call him Frankenstein for this game. Frankenstein, played by Glenn Strange, not Boris Karloff. We're going to play Dracula, of course, Bela Lugosi, and the Wolfman, not a werewolf, the Wolfman, by Lon Chaney Jr. Those are the three monsters we're going to take. I'm going to take two characters, so it's not really a solo game, so they're not going to be solo rules, even though I'm playing solo, but I'm going to be playing two characters. All right, let's see what happens. Let's set up the game, and that's it. All right, let's get started. I got the setup of the game. I've already done that, so you guys don't have to sit and see me do it painstakingly, but I'll show you what happened. These tokens that are yellow, red, and blue. Yellow ones are spiritual or holy symbols, I would imagine. The red ones are items, basically weapons. The blues are intellectual, or like science. And the only thing we're worried about on these things is where they go, and it tells you very clearly on the bottom of the tile. This one, of course, goes to the church. And the strength value of 2. That's very important when we're playing the game, because we're going to need certain strength values of things to get through the tasks of defiling these monsters. So let's go over to Dracula, and we'll see he's our first guy. Well, he's not our first guy, but he's the first guy he's got a frenzy token, because he's a number 1 monster. Then there's a number 3 monster, which is Frankenstein and his bride. Then we got a number 5 is the Wolfman. That's the frenzy marker, and it moves in numerical order if we ever have to change the frenzy marker. This just makes him go a lot quicker than the other monsters. Alright, so Dracula is seeking blood. No kidding. Destroy his 4 coffins so you can subdue him. So on the board, we have 4 of Dracula's coffins, and here is a coffin up here in the cave. And that 6+ means for an action we could spend any number of tokens that total 6 plus with their strength. And if so, we get to defile and break his coffins. He's got 4 coffins out. He's got one in the cave. He's got one up there in the dungeon. He's got one down here in the graveyard where Frankenstein's monster also starts. And he's got another one in the crypt where Dracula starts in the crypt. So we got to defile these 4 coffins, smash them up, then get to Dracula's space. And according to this, for our second task, we have to spend 6 or more yellows to, as those are the holy symbols, to defeat Dracula. Now, Frankenstein and his bride. Frankenstein and the bride must be educated so they can live peacefully. I don't know how they're going to live peacefully among men, because we don't even live peacefully. What they're trying to do is they're trying to meet up. So as I said, Frankenstein is down here in the graveyard. He's going to start moving. The bride is going to start moving. And if they ever meet for their little midnight delight, or whatever they're doing, I think they're angry with each other, actually. And we're trying to actually humanize them, because humans never get angry. And we're trying to make them better. So Frankenstein has to tick. We have to get into Frankenstein's spot and spend some a yellow token and move it, whatever the power is on the token. And then, if it gets to 11, he becomes humanized. But that hasn't happened yet. We have to do the same thing for the bride, but she's taking blue tokens. She has to go to the number 8. And when we do that, we could also move them away that many spaces with the power of the token. Importantly, when they're both face up and they're both humanized, we can somehow let them meet, and that will defeat them. They'll be able to live amongst us. Wolfman is a bit different. We have to go to the laboratory. The laboratory has a little overlay here. When we're at the laboratory, we could spend a blue, and the blues have to equal, we need 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, 2 number 3s. Then we get this little potion over here. And then once we have that potion, we have to go to the Wolfman's spot and spend 6 or more red tokens to defeat the Wolfman. So we have our work cut out for us. The Terror track, that Terror track is on 0. It's going to move up to that skull, which is the 7th thing. And this is how it moves. If we get hurt, now heroes don't really die, but they move the Terror track up every time they get knocked out. Then they come off the board. They got to start their turn in the hospital, unless they can defend themselves, of course. So that's how that moves. If a villager ever comes onto the board and one of the monsters kills the villager, they actually die. That moves the Terror track up also. So either way, that Terror track is moving. If it hits the number 7 over there, we've lost the game. Another way the game can be lost is over here we have the monster deck. We're going to be pulling one of these every turn, not round, every turn. I got it in 2 piles because it actually doesn't fit into my little slots here. And these are the perks that if we deliver villagers to where they have to go, we get a perk card. Perk cards are good. I just want to give a quick shout out to Catweasel, another great board game channel. For the idea, I am a musician, so I have these sound tiles in my house. And cut some up, and they make a great little tray. And I saw Catweasel do that in his videos, and I said, why am I not doing that? So thank you, Catweasel. Okay, so the perks. Let's go to the first player, who's going to be the professor. I chose these guys at random. The professor gets 4 actions, because the top of the card says so. And one of his actions that he can do is he can move any hero or villager 1 space, which is awesome. And he starts in the hospital, which is where we've put him. He also starts out with a perk. Everybody starts out with 1 perk that does not cost an action to use, and it can be played during any hero's phase. He has overstock. Each player draws and places 1 item from the item bag. I like this already, because we can never have enough tokens on the board that we could go grab. So let's put that back in there. Let's go over to the Archaeologist, who also has 4 actions, and one of his special ones, he can pick up items from an adjacent space. So I don't have to be in the space to actually pick up items. I'll show you the all the actions we can do. So there's the Archaeologist. He starts at the docks, and he has a perk, Mob Justice. Choose one. I could place either Frankenstein or the Bride in any space, or I could move any monster 3 spaces. That's good, because they're actually playing the game. So I might be able to take advantage of that. Alright, now as far as I'll briefly go over what we can do for actions. We can move to an adjacent space, and we could take villagers with us for an action. We could guide one villager to or from an adjacent space. So if a villager is with us, we could guide him to an adjacent space, or if he's in an adjacent space to us, we could move him from that adjacent space to us. Make sense? We could pick up any number of items in our space for one action. We could share items between heroes, as many as we want. We could advance the task. That's the first part of the monster task. Then we could defeat a monster by doing the second part of that task. And of course, we could do those special actions that we have as players. Alright, we're going to start. And now, I don't know what we're going to do first. It depends really what kind of tokens we could get to. We need red for Dracula to destroy his coffins. We need blues and yellows to humanize Frankenstein and his bride. And we need 1, 2, 3s of blues, 2 sets of them, to solve the Wolfman's first part of his task. So let's, the professor, as I said, is here at the hospital. Let's move the professor. He's going to actually go to the church for 1. Pick up this yellow for 2. I'll place it in his little thing there. He's going to go over here for let's see. I don't know if I want to go in here yet. This will be 3. And this will be, let's go get some blues. 4. If I can make it over to the laboratory, I could start solving one of the Wolfman's things. So those are the professor's 4 moves. The next thing the professor does is, unfortunately, he has to draw a card. And these monster cards are the death of us. Okay, we got, this is how the monster card is read from top down. First off, we have to put 2 more tokens out on the board. So let's go into our little bag here and randomly draw 2 tokens. And I draw 2 yellows. And it just tells you where to put them. They both go into the church. So that's strange. Alright, so that's all we do with that. Next, the meeting. Move the bride 2 spaces toward Frankenstein. Now, we normally wouldn't do this if the monster is not playing. But in this case, Frankenstein and the bride are playing, so we have to move the bride 2 spaces toward Frankenstein. So let's go up here. She's going to move 1, and then she's going to move here to 2. They usually take the short, no, not usually, they always have to take the shortest path. If it's tie, I get to decide which the shortest path was. Alright, let's see who's attacking. Now this is where the attacks come in. Nothing to do with this, unless it states an attack, but I don't think it ever does. This is the creature from the Black Lagoon. We're going to ignore. The Wolfman is going to go then, and then the Invisible Man who's not playing. So we're going to ignore any monsters that aren't playing. So we're going to just move the Wolfman. He's going to move 2, and he's going to attack with 1 die. So here's the Wolfman, and unfortunately, he's going to go to the closest hero or villager, and if it's a tie between the 2, he goes to the closest hero. And unfortunately, the Wolfman makes it all the way to the shop to meet the professor. So already we're not in good shape, and we have to roll 1 die, and there's nothing on it. We got a blank on 1, we got a hit on another, and the exclamation point is going to be the Wolfman's special attack, but we rolled a blank. So guess what happens? The Wolfman just kind of goes over to the shop, he checks out the professor, and doesn't attack him. This is the end of this card. We're going to discard it. And then we're going to have... yeah, I forgot to do that, the perk. And you can only play it during the hero phase. During any hero's phase. So, you know what? That's good. It's the Architect's turn. Yeah, Architect. Listen to me. It's the Archaeologist's turn. But the Professor is going to play this during any hero phase, which is now each player draws and places one item from the bag. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw 2 items because we got 2 players. And don't forget the Archaeologist hasn't even gone yet. All right, 1, 2. All right, 2 blues. We got 1 going to the mansion, and we got 1 going to the Institute. Those are good numbers there. We got a couple of 2s, which is good. I could help solve the Wolfman. We even got a 3 blue there. That's good. All right, so that was just the Professor's card, but it's still the Archaeologist's turn, and he hasn't gone yet. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go 1. Pick this up for 2. We're going to go 3, 4. You can move through monsters, and they don't hurt you. Well, mentally they do. Let's see. I could play this and move the bride away from me in case she's going to attack. I could move her anywhere, but I don't want to move her towards Frankenstein. I might move her back to the dungeon. I'm actually gonna play this card because I don't want her around me. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's take the bride, move her back to the dungeon, so we're kind of safe in the streets there. Not that we're safe. We're never safe in this game. All right, so we have on the card, we got 2. We'll bring in 2 of them out. 2 more tokens come out into the game. And we have number 5 token red going into the barn. That's good. And we got another yellow going into the mansion. That mansion's got some pretty good stuff too. All right, now this looks like it's a card that's going to hurt us because Dracula is playing. Hypnotic Gaze. Move the hero or villager closest to Dracula 3 spaces towards him. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. He's 4 away, and he's 1, 2, 3. They're both 4 away, and I have to move him 3 spaces closer. All right, you know what we'll do? Let's move the do I want to get rid of the Archaeologist to move? 1, 2, 3. I could move the Professor here. Let's move the Professor here. 1, 2, and 3. At least he's away from the Wolfman. All right, so who's going to be moving? We've got the Mummy, the Invisible Man, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. Do you realize that no monster that we're playing is on this card? So this card does nothing else, but we did have to move even closer to the creature that is Dracula. All right, the Professor is going to go. Let's see what the Professor wants to get out of Dodge here. He's going to go 1, pick up all of these for 2. I'll arrange them on his board. And he's going to go... I could get down here and maybe kill this thing. He's going to go 3 and 4. Can't pick up anything, but that's fine. And now, of course, there's a monster card, which is like an always perpetual thing. We put 3 out. So we got some tokens coming on the board, which is good. So we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see what we got. We have A blue 3 going to the laboratory. That's also very good. Yeah, I should start doing that. I should have moved them the other way. I just don't want to be near the Wolfman. We got this going to the docks. And we have a number 3 yellow going to the Abbey. Alright, those are the 3 coming out. And what does it say here? On the move. Move the frenzy marker. Oh, wow. To the next monster. So we move Dracula's frenzy marker. And now the frenzy monster is Frankenstein and the Bride. So they're going to be moving a lot more than normal. So the frenzy marker moves to them. And then it says move each villager 1 space. Oh, wow. Toward their safe location. So we have no villagers on the board, so we don't care. But the frenzy monster does get to go. And the frenzied monster is Frankenstein and the Bride. And in this case, it's just Frankenstein's monster that moves. He's going to move 3 and roll 2 dice, according to that card. So Frankenstein's monster is moving 3, but guess what? He only moves right here to the church, where the professor was. And he's going to attack the professor with 2 dice. And that's never good. So let's roll our dice. See what we got. Oh, 2 attacks. Now I could take the I could thwart the attacks by discarding 2 of those tokens, or I could just take the brunt, take the hit, move the terror marker 1, and wind up in the hospital. But I'm not going to do that. I'm getting rid of 2. I'm going to get rid of these 2 yellows right now. I know it's going to probably come back and haunt me because I'm going to need yellows. But that's okay. At least we had some stuff to block ourselves with. And we could discard that card. And then we're going to go over to the Archaeologist. The Archaeologist is going to grab these for 1 action because he could do that in an adjacent space. So that's 1. I could use another red, and there's a red over there. 2, I'm going to take this red for 3. I have plenty enough to kill 1 coffin. And let's see, for another action, I'll move here for 4. I know we're near the Bride, but we're going to take our chances. Alright, now we have a monster card coming out. As always, let's see what they do. And we got to place 2. 2 tokens getting placed. Okay, what do we got? Come on. Sticking my fingers. We got a number 4 yellow up here at the camp. And we have, a nice red one at the shop. A 6 red. That's good. That's always good. Let's see what the card says. Now we got the Invisible Man here, who's not playing. Mummy, creature. Frankenstein is on the move. He's going to move 1 and attack for 3. Now we got problems. He's not moving, but he's attacking with 3 dice. And this could hurt the professor because he's only got 2 blocks. Alright, he gets hit twice. I'm going to remove both of the tokens. He has no more defense. He's empty. Yeah, that's quick and quicker. Alright, that was the Archaeologist's turn. We're going to move back over to the Professor now. Professor has to get out of here, but not without taking some stuff. He's going to go 1 to pick these up. Well, I mean, it's a waste to go here. I don't have enough reds for him. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll pick up this 6, nice 6 red. That's a nice, to smash some coffins. So far, we haven't done anything yet. I was hoping to at least heal Frankenstein a little bit, but Or can I? Can I? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm taking all that back. Watch what I got here. Alright, so it's 1 to pick these up. I'm in Frankenstein's spot. Right? 1 to pick these up. I'm gonna spend 4, and that's spent, to move Frankenstein's dial 4 for my second action. Now I can move Frankenstein 4 spots away, which is also sweet, but I got to get him out of here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move him there. I could also have done this, but I just want... Yeah, we have to move him as we spend the thing, so... That's fine. That's okay. I still picked up this yellow anyway. So that was 1. That was 2 actions. Here's my third action. And let's see, my fourth action... I hate to be close to this werewolf. My fourth action will be to go in here, to the shop, but I can't pick that up. That's fine. I don't pick it up, that's all. Alright, we get a monster card coming out. And we have... How many? 3 are going onto the board. That's good. Alright, we got to fill this board with glee. We got a 3 going into the mansion. We got a red 6 going up to the barn. And we got a 3 yellow going into the camp. That's good. And let's see. Oh, it looks like somebody is coming out onto the board. Former employer. Place Dr. Cranley at the laboratory. So here's Dr. Cranley. And he's going into the laboratory, but he has to get to the precinct, as it says on the top of his card there. So if we could get Cranley, drag him over to the precinct, we get a perk card. Plus we keep him out of danger. Alright, and we have the Invisible Man. Oh, we got the Flaming Monster go. That's going to be Frankenstein. He's the Frenzied Monster. He's going to move 1 and attack with 2. And that's already bad, because check out what happens. Because this, he moves 1. And he's going to attack Dr. Cranley in the laboratory. Wait a minute, I didn't make you. And he kills him. There's no defense for a villager. So, villager Dr. Cranley is dead, and we have to move the terror track up by 1. So Frankenstein has attacked and killed the villager. This card could get discarded. That's never really good. Alright, we have... The Archaeologist is going to go. He's going to go right here for 1. He's going to spend 6 plus. He's got 7. I can't make it any less, and I don't get change. He's going to spend 7 for his second action to take this dungeon coffin and smash it to bits. Let's go over to the dungeon on Dracula, and it goes right over there. So we got 1 out of the 4 that we need for Dracula. That was our second action. I'm going to get out of here now. Third action. Fourth action. We're back in the theater. I'd like to just grab that from the barn in a little bit. That would be a nice task to do. And let's see. We get a monster card out of this whole deal. And the card is... We got to seed 3 tokens. 3 tokens is nice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got a 2 blue going in the tower. We got a 4 red going in the shop. Oh, that's nice. And we got a 4 yellow going into the camp. The camp's getting filled up with stuff too. All right, let's see what it says. The Innocent to place Maria at the barn. All right, so we got to go grab little Maria. We're going to put her up here at the barn. And little Maria's got to get over to the camp. That's not too bad. That's right over there. I think we're going to have the archaeologist do that next turn. Okay, so we have Frankenstein, the bride, and then Frenzy Monster is Frankenstein. So Frankenstein's going to move 1. He's going to go right to the professor. He's going to attack the professor with 3 dice. That's just awful. Hits him for 2. There's no point in trying to defend it. I only have 1 thing to defend with. So he hits him for 2. The professor comes off the board. He was knocked out by Frankenstein. Ah, that's terrible. That's just terrible. Now the bride moves. The bride only moves 1. And can't attack anybody, so doesn't even roll the dice. And then a frenzied monster, Frankenstein, goes again. And he's going to move towards this way. Closest hero or villager, which is up there. All right, we could discard this, and it looks like the professor goes. The professor starts out in the hospital. Oh, by the way, he got knocked out. Yeah, that happens. Every time that happens, we got to move that up. So that's going to tick up real quick. Now, I still don't have enough to kill these things. I'm going to try to make it over to this laboratory. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to pick all these up for 4. That's actually good. At least we can defend ourselves a little bit. That was the end of his moves. Number 2, we got 2. 2 mints in 1. We got the church, and we got the inn. Oops, sorry about that. And the inn is up here. And let's see what happens. It's Dracula. He's doing something. Form of the bat. Place Dracula into space with the current player's hero. So Dracula, current player is Professor. Dracula flies over to the Wolfman. Wolfman says, hey, the professor's here at the shop. Blah, blah, blah. So we flew right over there. Okay, and we got Bride of Frankenstein is the only one. She's going to move 1 and attack with 2. Well, that's not good. Because she's going to the Archaeologist. And she's rolling 2 dice. And we got 2 to defend them, but we don't want to lose them. And, well, we lose 1. I'm going to lose 1. I'm going to lose this red 2. So we blocked that, but now the exclamation point for the bride, this is what happens. Here comes the bride. Move the bride 1 space toward Frankenstein. Okay, they meet each other. That's not good, because every time they meet, this terror track moves down to 3, and then they go back into their respective spots, which is the dungeon and the graveyard. I just couldn't avoid it. I could have by not playing. All right, so this card is done. And now we have to go over to the Archaeologist. The Archaeologist is... I'd like to go grab Maria. I know I... Yeah, let's grab her. We're gonna pick this up for 1, because we're allowed to. Oops, the Archaeologist. 2. Grab her. Oh, no. First of all, I picked it up for 1. I could guide her to me for 2. 2. Then let's try to bring her to the camp. 3. 4. I'm actually liking that move. That was pretty sweet. Let's see what the card says. We get 3 we got to put down. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what we got. We got a yellow 3 at the Abbey. We got a red 3 at the docks, and we got a blue 2 at the laboratory. Yeah, that's where I'm trying to get to, but I'm just impeded. All right, insane survivor. Place Renfield at the docks. So we got to get another survivor out. That's Renfield. Okay, he's going to the docks, but he has to get to the hospital. So let's put him over here. We got to bring him down to the hospital. Let's see who's attacking us. We got Dracula, and then Frenzied Monster Frankenstein is going. So Dracula is going to move 2 and attack 2. He's not moving, he's with the professor. So Dracula is rolling 2 dice against the professor. That's 1 hit. I'm going to get rid of something. I'm getting rid of this yellow to avoid the hit. And then the exclamation point on Dracula says, Dark Charm. Place the current player's hero in Dracula's space. That's the Archaeologist. Now, because of that, I can't take Maria with me. She could only be moved or guided. Anytime it's placed, she doesn't come with me. So, I got to put everybody in that spot. That is just a bad spot to be in. And now Frankenstein moves 2. He doesn't quite make it, so he doesn't roll at all. And we could just get rid of the card. I don't know. Things aren't working out so well. We got to go now with the professor. The professor's really got some stuff to do here. He's going to go 1. Pick up all of these for 2. That's going to be good. And then for his third move, we're going to spend this 2 blue here. And for his fourth move, we're going to spend this 3 blue there. So we've got 2 of those spots filled. And we get to keep one of those blues too. So those are his 4 moves. And we got to put 3 out on the board. All right, 1, 2, 3. We got a red 6 up at the precinct. That's good. We got another red 6 up at the precinct. That's real good. And a 1 blue at the Institute. This is the next spot we got to get there with the professor. Okay, let's see what's happening. Egyptian expert. We got to place Professor Pearson at the cave. So Professor Pearson goes to the cave. He's got to get all the way down to the museum. So let's place him all the way up here at the cave. He's got to make it down here. And who's going? We got Mummy. No, we don't care. Flame Monster. Frankenstein's going to move 2 and attack 2. Wow. He moves over to the Archaeologist. And he's going to roll 2 dice. 2 hits. 2 hits. Wow. I'm wondering if I should just take it. No, we can't take it. I have to discard both of these. Look at that red 6. It's gone. Yeah, we can't afford it. Just discard the card. He did his damage. Now it's actually the Archaeologist's turn. And whatever he was going to do isn't going to happen now. We got to get back up there because don't go to the shop. He's going to go 1, 2, pick this up for 3. He's got a red 3. And go back with Maria for 4. I'm going to pull a monster card. And it's 3 tokens come out. We can't have enough tokens come out for us. But they're always where we aren't. Alright, we got to put a red 4 up at the barn. We got a 1 blue at the tower. And we got a 2 blue at the tower. Alright, so the tower's filling up. And let's see. Oh, it's another survivor. Villager. Fortune teller. Place Maliva at the camp. So Maliva is going to go to the camp and then she wants to get to the shop. That's good, because we're actually going to the camp, so maybe we'll pick her up. And let's see who's attacking. We got the werewolf is attacking, Wolfman, and then Frankenstein. Wolfman's moving 1. Oh, this is not good for the professor at all. Wolfman moves 1 and attacks with 2. Yeah. 2 hits. I have to discard 2 items. Well, check this out. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to keep a red 6 and I'm going to discard these 2. So that's the end of him. But now Frankenstein moves 1. And of course, it's right towards the professor again. Man. And he's attacking the professor for 2. This is going to be bad. And 1 hit. I have to discard the red 6. We're lucky we had them. If that's lucky. And this card is now discarded. It's over to the professor's turn. Professor's going to go down here for 1. Take all of these for 2. Move back for 3 because it's not going to matter. And for his 4th action, he's going to spend this 1 right there. So now we got the top row all complete. And we got a couple of defenses too. We got 3 defenses. So that's his 4 actions. And the monster card tells us to seed 3 tokens onto the board. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got a blue 3 at the tower. Oh, look what's going on there. We got a red 4 at the barn. All right, we got to make it up there. And we got a 3 yellow at the camp, which is where we're going. We got a lot of stuff at the camp. On the move, we got to move the frenzy marker to the next monster. That means in numerical order. The frenzy marker goes over to the Wolfman. And then, each villager goes 1 space towards their safe location. So let's start up top here. Moving 1. Moving 1. She makes it to the camp. I'll explain what's going on there. He goes there for 1. And those are all the villagers. Now, because little Maria made it to the camp, the perk goes to the current player's move, which is the professor. So we get rid of Maria. Sorry about that. We get a brand new perk for the professor. And this perk states, Rush, one of my favorite bands, move a hero up to 4 spaces. That's good. He's going to play that pretty quickly. All right, so everybody did their move. And now we have the frenzied marker, who is the Wolfman, is moving 3. But he's not moving at all because he's with the professor. And he's rolling 2 dice with the professor. And I can't use that card yet because I can only do it during a hero phase where I can move a monster. All right, he hits us for 1. We're going to discard. I'm going to discard this blue 2 because we can afford to discard it. And now we're going to go over to the Archaeologist. This card is completely done. Archaeologist can move. He's going to take. She has to go to the shop. But see now. We're going to take her with us. 1, we're going to pick these up. 2 6s. That was our 2nd action. 3, 4. Because I'm going to try to get to that cave and smash that coffin. As long as we take the villagers with us. Alright, so 3 come onto the board. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, we got a red 4 at the Institute. We have a 1 blue at the Institute. And a yellow 2 at the docks. Oh, I can't take these villagers anymore. They're really going to hurt us. Alright, anyway, if it ever focuses, it's worried fiance. There we go. Place Elizabeth at the mansion. So we go to get Elizabeth. And she goes to the mansion. She has to eventually get to the tower. Here's the mansion. She's got to go all the way to the tower. And who's attacking us? Frankenstein, his bride, and then the Wolfman. Alright, Frankenstein. Gonna move 1, but he's not. And he's attacking with 2 dice to the professor. And he hits the professor for 1. We're gonna discard... Oh, boy. We're going to discard this 3. Now the bride goes. She's up there. She's only going to be moving 1. But what's bad is we got Renfield, who's going to get attacked twice. 2 dice, actually. And, yeah, Renfield is dead. Because Renfield dies, we move the track up to number 4, and we're almost at the end game. Her exclamation point means that she moves 1 spot closer to Frankenstein. And that's right over there. Now we have 1 more going. The frenzied monster, Wolfman, in with the professor, is rolling 2 dice. And hits us for 1. We have to discard that blue 2, and it's the last one we have left. We're now empty. Empty. Empty, I tell you. Alright, it's the professor's turn, and he really can't do much, but let's at least go pick some of these up. So this is 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one, we're going to put the final 1 on there. So we only need a 2 and a 3. So that was all 4 moves, which are about as quick as it can be. We got 3 that got to come out on the board. Okay. We got a number 5 red at the barn. Well, we got to get to the barn. Blue 3 at the inn. And a blue 3 at the camp. Well, I know who's picking up a lot of stuff on his turn, the archaeologist. If he ever makes it. But the Wolfman, of course, is the frenzied guy. He's attacking. He's moving 1. But no, he's not. He's with the professor. And he's rolling 2 dice. And he doesn't get hit. Woohoo! Somehow the professor avoided that debacle. Alright, we'll go over to the archaeologist. The archaeologist is picking up everything in the camp. So he's got a lot here. That's good. And he's still with everybody here at the camp. So his first action was to pick up all those little tidbits of clues. Just putting them in their little slots. Okay, so that was 1. I'm dragging these guys with me. This is 2. In the cave. We're going to spend this 6 to kill Dracula's coffin for the 3rd action. So we flip that over, we give it a nice smash, and we go up here to the cave, that's 2 of the 3 that we need, of the 4 that we need. So that was 1, 2, that was the 3rd action. And of course, to get out of here is the 4th action. Because there's really not much more we can do. Okay, it's over to Professor. Professor Amber. Professor's got to get out of here because he's just... Let's get him up there and get some blues. I need blues and yellows to start healing Frankenstein. Here's some yellows here. But he's always in the way here. 1, 2, 3. And I'll pick both of these up for 4. Yeah. At least it'll help us defend. And I'm also going to move a hero 4 spaces. And I'm going to do it to the Professor, to himself. He's rushing. And it's a free whatever. And I'd like to get up to, I could get up to Frankenstein and it won't be, nah. Let's get some blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully we can get in there and hopefully the bride doesn't attack. All right, the Professor gets a card. We got to seed out 2 tokens. And what kind of tokens we get? All right, we have a 2 blue at the precinct. We got a 3 yellow at the mansion. And where do these people have to go? We got one's got to go to the museum, one's got to go to the shop. That's actually right here. So, I might have been able. I could have moved to him maybe. It's okay. It's okay. We got to get. It doesn't matter. half and 1, 6 and 1. No invisible man. We got nobody. Frankenstein is moving 1 and attacking for 3. So he only goes here. And that's the end of that card. We go now over to the Archaeologist. And the Archaeologist is going to make that move. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be good for the museum. So let's go 1, 2. We're picking her up 2. 3 and 4. We're going to pick up Elizabeth. That's 4. And because we just made it to the museum, we just dropped off Professor Pearson, which is also good. Let's take a perk card for Professor Pearson's drop-off at the museum. And we got Overstock. Each player draws and places 1 item from the item bag. We're going to do that right now. So we could draw 2 more from the item bag. There's 1 and 2. Okay, we got a yellow 4 at the camp. And we got a red 3 at the docks. Docks are getting a little bit filled up, aren't they? And guess what? It's time for that. For a monster. All right, the hunt is on. Oh, this can't be good. If no hero has the hunted emblem, and they don't, give it to the current player. Current player is the Archaeologist. He's now hunted. Move the Wolfman 3 spaces towards the hero with the hunted emblem. 1, 2, 3. Now, he would, if the Wolfman would have hit any other characters, in this case, he doesn't stop like he normally would. He only beads right towards the hunted player, and that's it. And doesn't attack, because it doesn't say attack on here. The attacks are all below. So down here we have creature. We got Dracula's going to go, and then the Wolfman's going to go. So Dracula's going to move 1 to there. and can't do anything. Then the Wolfman's going to go, and the Wolfman is unfortunately in at the museum. So, you know what that means. Wolfman is rolling one die. He's attacking the hero. The hero. And it's, that's the worst thing that could have happened. So he doesn't hit us, but now with this exclamation point, he hits everyone in the spot the number of times the exclamation points. Now, if we roll 2 exclamation points, he would hit each of us twice. But he's only hitting each of us once, which is the worst thing that could happen. It's so bad. So we're going to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of a red... No, I'm not. I'm getting rid of a yellow 3 to defend against the Archaeologist. But these two have no defense. None whatsoever. This is ticking down 2. Ticking up 2. And it's just mortally bad news. Yeah. That was the Wolfman attacking, because he's the frenzied guy. Alright, I gotta make a decision here. Let me see what I could do. Yeah, I don't know. Let's move. It's the professor's turn? Well, professor's gonna go here. Pick up all these for 2. Yeah. This is, it's going to end pretty shortly. And now there's a monster card. Let's put him back here in the docks, tower. That was 2 anyway. We still got 3, and we'll take all these for 4. Because we can't have enough of these in our arsenal to stop these hits. Monster card for the professor. Nothing comes out. The mummy, that's for the mummy. So we got the Wolfman and Dracula attacking. Wolfman is moving 1, stays there. He attacks the Archaeologist with 2 dice. Oops, that doesn't count. Hits him twice. Well, I don't care how many times he hits him. This is what I'm discarding, because we could block it. And now Dracula moves 1, and he's going to go this way. And he's rolling 2 dice against the Archaeologist. And he also attacks 1, and obviously we can't take a hit. So I'm going to discard this red 3. Okay, this is getting brutal now. We got the Archaeologist is up. Let's see what the Archaeologist is going to do. First of all, he's got to get out of here. Can I ever destroy a coffin? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I could. 1, 2, 3. And for the 4th, I got a 6 red to kill this coffin in the graveyard. And there we go. 1 more coffin to defile from Dracula. The Archaeologist's turn is over. And 2 get put on the board. And that red, okay, we got a red going to the theater. And we got this yellow going to the museum with Dracky and Wolfie. Then, move the bride 2 spaces towards Frankenstein. And I think, my friends, that's a meeting because they met. That is the game. The game is over. We were defeated by Frankie and his bride getting together, doing that midnight delight, and killing us. All right, so listen. There was probably a whole bunch of things I could have done, but that's what everybody says at the end of every game that they lose. I could have, should have, would have done this. Well, this is what I did. This is how I played. And, it was terrible. Terrible because we lost. Otherwise, I'd look like a complete hero. Listen, I love the Universal monsters. I love the Universal Abbott and Costello. The whole theme of the black and white. I know these movies, I don't know if they hold up today. They're not going to scare anybody. But there is something eerie about them. They're filmed in that grainy black and white. That just a real weird... Just that alone is frightening. So, yeah, are they eerie? They are. They definitely are. At least to me. You could play this game with your family. You got kids, play the game. Nobody's really dying in this game. Just have fun. You might even be able to play with your mothers, your parents, your grandparents. They like this stuff. They like this whole theme of, these movies and the whole Universal thing. But today we didn't do it. And the terror track killed us. And, of course, that's the way I'd want to go. Have the terror track kill me. I had a great time. As always, it's a good, quick... I think it's quick, but you got a lot of people, they're going to play it, and they're going to want to know what to do. What do I do? Where do I go? What do I... and it's hard that the one person at the table is always going to try to tell them what they should do. But let them make their own moves. You could give them some suggestions, and then let them just make their own thing. Listen, great game. Had a fun time. But we lost, but it doesn't matter. Because I had fun. Okay, that's it. Chillbo out. And remember to keep your brain on a treadmill and play more games. Bye-bye.